My name is Julio Crespo McLennan. I have followed an academic career mainly based at the University of Oxford and have taught in several universities in Britain, Spain, and the United States. My bilingual education between two European nations as Britain and Spain, as well as my passion for traveling through Europe and the world, are the cause of three major questions that I've asked myself for many years. How did Europe emerge as the dominant civilization? Why has it been so influential, and what is its legacy? These major historical questions have led me to work on this book, Europa, How Europe Shaped the Modern World. European history is deeply embedded in the global civilization that has emerged in the 21st century. As this book will show, its essential elements have been provided by Europe. More than two-thirds of today's nation-states have been European colonies or protectorates in the past. The legacy of Europe is evident in the trajectory of the United States, and it has also influenced that of an aspiring hegemonic power like China. For almost 5 centuries, Europe was the epicenter of the world, as well as the heart and soul of the West. The only civilization capable of global projection. European powers enjoyed unprecedented hegemony over the world, not only by military and economic means, but also through their influence in the political and cultural spheres. The rise and fall of the European era of world supremacy constitutes one of the most epic histories of all times. Extraordinary changes that took place since the Renaissance explain why Europe managed to impose itself over other civilizations. But it was undoubtedly Christopher Columbus's fortuitous discovery of America that provided the key to its meteoric rise. As a result of it, Spain and Portugal formed the first global empires, followed by Holland, Britain, France, and Russia. The exploits of navigators, conquistadors, and many other great historical figures explain Europe's expansion. Deeper global changes were possible thanks to millions of Europeans who migrated to other continents, spreading in this way their culture and values. Nevertheless, Europe's hegemony can not only be explained through imperialism and expansion, but also in terms of its own internal development. Eminent statesmen, scientists, inventors, philosophers, writers, revolutionaries were responsible for transforming Europe into a civilization that has inspired universal attraction. This explains why all major events within its borders would eventually have an impact on the rest of the world. For centuries, Europe was no more than a geographic expression in a continent that was deeply divided by national rivalries. Paradoxically, it was their expansion through the world that made Europeans increasingly aware of the cultural heritage and identity that they all shared. This eventually was to play a crucial role in the rebirth of Europe after reaching the nadir of imperial decline and self-destruction, becoming once again a model for progress for the world and a trendsetter for many nations' future. This book therefore constitutes an original and innovative contribution to literature in an attempt to explain the history of Europe and its impact on the world beyond the artificial frontiers of nation-states and the psychological barriers of national cultures.